Hi guys, I thought I'd do another video again this year of some makaton signs for you to learn so that you can understand what Charlie's saying and maybe communicate with him. He's up to about 50 now, so that's impressive. We're really pleased with that, and he keeps learning more, so well done, Charlie. The first one is toilet. This is the makaton version of it, so just like that. It's called a discrete sign, but Charlie's learned that, and that's good enough for us. So he at home or, in the hotel room, he'll probably just go to the toilet. He doesn't need to announce it. But when we're out, that's very important, because now we don't have to guess why he's dancing and holding his willy. You might remember that he really likes his space. So he likes to be around people. He always has a good time when he sees the family, but he can't cope with as much socialization as the rest of us. So he has learned, if he needs his space, he says, "Go, please." And please is hand to the mouth and then down low. And we say please to the knees, because thank you is a shorter version of it. So go, please. And then we can have a negotiation about who goes, but with mom and dad, he usually wins. You probably also remember that he doesn't like a lot of talking. So if people are talking around him, that's a lot of information for him to process. It's difficult, but he's learning to cope with it. He's got headphones because there's a child at school who he really can't tolerate the sound of that child's voice, and he wears those a lot. But he also is getting better at tolerating our voices too. But when he's had enough, he says shh. He may or may not use his finger. But he can make the sound shh, and so we acknowledge it and say, "Oh, you would like us to be quiet." And then, based on what's happening around, we would either maybe talk more softly, we would maybe stop talking, or we would maybe take Charlie somewhere else where he can have some quiet. Another thing we like to do with Charlie that he really loves is deep pressure. So we could put pillows on top of him and squish him down, and he loves that. You get lots of giggles with that, and then you might lift the pillows up, and he would say more squish. So this is squish, please. So squish is a good one. We're teaching him yes and no. We usually have to prompt him to say yes or no. So, if you offered him a piece of chocolate and said, "Would you like a piece of chocolate?" he would probably just take the chocolate rather than saying yes. But this is yes, and this is no. And I've just realized it looks a lot like go. But he doesn't use either of them unprompted. But we are working on it because they're useful signs to know. Also, help. This is help. Palm, fist on top of the palm, thumb up, help. He kind of does that. And again, we probably would have to prompt him to do that, to ask for help. But he knows to ask for help now, whereas maybe in the past he might just have a meltdown if he gets frustrated, and he still does that sometimes. But he's gradually learning to ask for help. This is car, and he knows that one really well. And if we're out somewhere and he wants to go home, he's had enough and he wants to go home, he might sign for the car or walk to the car. And he can do that very nicely, calmly, and politely. And then we would have a little discussion about it. If we can go, we would go, because we don't want to overload his little system. Some good vacation words. Sand. He loves sand. It's so calming for him. He really loves being in the sand. And this is beach. So we're hoping to get lots of sand and beach time in Traverse City. And this is water. And water could either be to drink or to play in. And we would figure it out based on the context, what he wants. This is ice cream. So he loves ice cream. It's actually taken quite a while. I mean, he's very good with an ice cream cone now. But that's, you know, for a kid with motor problems, gross and fine motor problems, it was actually not that easy to learn how to eat an ice cream cone. So, but he's very good with ice cream cones now. Colors, he's learned, he knows his colors. He's very good with colors, but he's, in terms of color matching and pointing to colors, but he's actually learned some signs for colors now. This is blue, and it's basically following the blue vein in your hand. So blue. This is green, so starting sort of at the palm and going up the forearm, green. This is yellow, and that looks like a Y, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And this is red. So that's it. I won't overload you. I can't wait to see everyone, and hopefully you'll learn the signs and be able to communicate better with Charlie. All right, love you. Bye.